Welcome back to my channel. It's Rochelle. Today I'm going to do my review on season 9, episode 5 of Married to Medicine. So the episode starts off where it left off last episode, and Dr. Karen is apologizing to Dr. Eugene. However, Dr. Karen is saying that the joke was still funny. I feel like Dr. Karen is being very insensitive. Dr. Eugene already expressed that he was offended. After he expressed that, Dr. Karen should have been a little bit more sympathetic to the situation. Obviously, they have issues, or he feels a type of way about his living situation. It's a very sensitive subject to him, and I believe, in my opinion, that Dr. Karen knows that because Anila probably told him what's going on with Dr. Eugene and Toya. So he knows a little background behind it, but I don't think he thought that Dr. Eugene would be as offended. But at the point when Dr. Eugene told him that he was offended, I feel like Dr. Karen should have just backed off and apologized and left it alone, because you could tell that Dr. Eugene was agitated, and it was like Dr. Karen was doubling down. And I don't think that was right, because like Dr. Eugene said, I never really did anything to you per se. So I thought we always had like a good relationship, and for you to, come to Halloween as a mover, it offended me. So I don't think Dr. Karen cares one way or another. I think he apologized because he was probably pressured, but I don't think he really wanted to apologize, because he says he still thinks it's funny. It may very well be funny, but that's something that you don't say after an apology if the person is telling you that they're offended. So Dr. Eugene, accepted his apology all in all, and he's moved on, which is very big of him. He let it go, and he wants to move forward. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, they all meet up at her office, and they're going to plan a Vegas trip. Dr. Simone doesn't know that Dr. Heavenly is going to be there, and vice versa. However, Dr. Simone, and I got to give this to Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone has a way of expressing something to, and I'll specifically say Heavenly. She knows that Heavenly talks about her, doesn't care for her that much, and they don't get along that much. But Dr. Simone has a way of expressing that to Dr. Heavenly, to where it comes, she's saying how she feels, but it doesn't come off offensive. And it's an art to that, because even later on in the episode, when they were in Vegas and they were in Dr. Simone's room, and Heavenly's like, well, we can share this bedroom, and Dr. Simone is like, you really don't even like me like that, and you talk about me a lot, so why would you want to share this room with me? She didn't get agitated. She didn't get flustered. She just basically expressed her true feelings, which is, you don't like me. She probably wanted to say, I don't like you. You talked about me, so no, you're not staying in my room. But I just like the way that she does it. I like the way that Dr. Simone, before she starts CL, how she can say things and not come off as offensive, but they can be true statements. I think it's an art to that. So anyway, they're planning a trip. They're going to Las Vegas. Dr. Jackie, called them both over into her office without them knowing, which I thought was a good idea. She said that's the way you do an ambush, and I thought that was okay. That was appropriate. They didn't get out of hand. They weren't too mad at each other, so they plan on going to Vegas. Dr. Heavenly expresses that she apologized to Toya. She apologized to Quad. She sent Dr. Contessa a text message, that her intentions were never to hurt her. And you know what? I do agree that even though Dr. Heavenly, she does go below the belt sometimes. Sometimes I don't think she means it. She's intended to say what she's saying, but she's not, how can I put it? I don't think she means to hurt people, if that makes sense, with her friends. I don't think she thought that she was hurting Dr. Contessa. I really do believe that she believes that she's saying what's already out there. But it's still offensive because that's your friend and you shouldn't be talking about her on that platform. So I don't think Dr. Heavenly, for her friends now, somebody who she doesn't like, she admits that she's doing it and she don't really like Toya. She doesn't care for Toya. So what she says about Toya, she means it. But when it comes to Dr. Contessa, I don't think she was saying the things that she was saying on her show to hurt Dr. Contessa, even though it did hurt Dr. Contessa, if that makes sense. But she doesn't get a pass because Dr. Heavenly should know better. But I don't think she's been intentionally hurtful. I think she just talks too much. She talks too much. She feels like she want to express herself, and she feels she has no filter. And she feels like if it's the truth, I should be able to say it. But she doesn't take into consideration people's feelings. And I think that's something that she would have to work on. I would think she would know that, but obviously she doesn't. I really do believe that her and Dr. Contessa were good friends. So hopefully by now they've made up and everything. But Dr. Heavenly, she just needs to work on her delivery. And then getting permission from people that are your friends to see if you can talk about them on your YouTube channel. So Dr. Karen is at the office and Anita comes by and drops some food, off to him. And basically she just wants to talk to him to see if her mom and dad can stay with them for a couple weeks, because she's saying she's very busy with blogging and the kids are with her all the time, which I can understand. I don't think she doesn't want to watch her children. I feel like she does other things like blogging and everything that requires her to probably go to the post office or go pick up, items to try them on, to be on camera, to go different places. So she probably can't maneuver all of that with the kids as well. So her mom being there, Dr. Kieran, he's not really up for it, but I think he's going to agree to it. But I do understand that Anila is not just at home not doing anything. She has other things going on. So I do understand that. Dr. Contessa, she's training. She has 6 months before her competition. She already looks nice. She has a nice physique, but I guess she has to tone a little more. And her daughter is so funny. Layla, had on a stocking cap that I had when I was a little girl. An old stocking that you put on your head that has runs in it. I thought that was so cute and so funny. And I do like the relationship that she has with Layla. Layla is funny to me. She has so much energy, and she reminds me of a little version of Dr. Contessa. She just says it how it is, and she's very, very outspoken. Very outspoken. So they're funny. We meet Audra. She comes over to Dr. Heavenly's house, and they're just talking about, the relationship that Dr. Contessa has with Dr. Heavenly has with Dr. Contessa. Pretty much nothing there as much. She invited her on the trip to Las Vegas. Audra looks really nice. I love the outfit that she wore, even in her confessional, that peach dress with the sheer shoulders. I think she looks really beautiful in her confessional. So the ladies arrive at the airport to go to Las Vegas. Dr. Jackie tells Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly that there's only, I think she said 7 rooms and 8 ladies. So somebody's going to have to share. And she puts Dr. Heavenly, in her own room because she uses the excuse that it's due to her menopause and she would want the AC on much more than, that Dr. Jackie would like it. Which is an excuse, obviously, but it's a genius excuse. I think Dr. Jackie had to handle that perfectly. I think that Dr. Simone should have roomed with Dr. Jackie. I think Dr. Jackie is making strides and she's putting forth the effort to mend her and Dr. Simone's friendship. And I feel like had it been the other way around, even though I don't think Dr. Simone would have made a big deal about it there, I feel like Dr. Simone would have felt some type of way about it. And Dr. Heavenly, she didn't. So I think I know Dr. Jackie made the right decision. You have to treat people differently. Everybody's not the same. All kids aren't the same and all adults aren't the same. So the way that Dr. Jackie handled this situation, the excuse that she used, it was a perfect excuse. Dr. Simone was happy. Dr. Heavenly probably wanted to room with Dr. Jackie. However, she understands. She said in her confessional, she understands that she has to treat Dr. Simone a little differently. And I agree. I think that Dr. Jackie handled that perfectly. Dr. Simone is a little more fragile, as she should be. Her and Dr. Jackie were friends much longer, and they've been through a lot. And I'm not taking away from the friendship that Dr. Jackie has with Dr. Heavenly. But, Dr. Simone did feel some type of way with Dr. Jackie because of her relationship with Dr. Heavenly, and it was like she was pushing her away. And I'm glad that it appears that they have moved past that and, moving in the right direction. So they arrive. Dr. Jackie, she charters a bus. Now, I'm going to get on Dr. Jackie right here. Dr. Jackie, I know Dr. Jackie does not drink. However, Dr. Jackie, I'm going to need you to provide some alcohol on the bus for the ladies. You're in Vegas. I'm not saying spend thousands of dollars for alcohol, but if you're on a trip to Vegas, although you don't drink, Dr. Jackie, nobody wants water on a bus going to the hotel. People want to take some shots before they go. They had to go to the hotel lobby and buy some drinks. Well, Dr. Jackie could have had some alcohol on the bus for them on their way to the hotel. So I did agree. I forgot who said that. I think it was it Toya? Maybe it was Toya or Quad. But I did agree with them at that time. Dr. Jackie has a presidential suite. Dr. Simone goes to see her room. Dr. Jackie goes to sees her room. I think everybody is having a good time. They had food. They had, I believe, drinks there. And they started playing a game, Never Have I Ever. And then I think, in my opinion, Toya probably was a little tipsy at this moment. And she says to the group, why does Dr. Jackie get treated differently? She should have to drink as well. It's like she has special privileges. And I didn't like that because I feel like that is so much peer pressure. Toya, she's too old to be peer pressuring somebody who doesn't drink to drink. If Dr. Jackie doesn't want to drink, more for you. I don't see why she had to say that about Dr. Jackie. If she doesn't want to drink, she doesn't have to drink. And that's what Audra was saying. And then Toya was saying that Audra wasn't a good attorney. I didn't know what they had to do with anything. I don't know if they cut the scene out or whatever, but I thought that was a little insensitive for Toya to say that, just come after Dr. Jackie for not drinking when she doesn't drink. If she does not want to drink, she does not have to drink. I don't see how Toya doesn't understand that. Don't peer pressure people into doing something that they do not want to do. I don't care what age they are. I don't like people like that. If somebody doesn't drink, that's their prerogative. They do not have to drink. If somebody doesn't want to engage in illegal drug activity, they don't have to. That's not what they do. And I don't like for people to peer pressure people into doing things that they do not want to do just so they can be a part of a group. She's sitting there drinking whatever. I don't know what she was drinking. She didn't want to drink alcohol. That's more for you. Even as Dr. Jackie stated the same thing. It's more for you, Toya. Leave me alone. I think Dr. Jackie was a little annoyed. It's like, Toya, calm down. Calm down. You having a little too many drinks right now. I don't know what Quad is this season. My girl Quad hasn't shown up this season. Carrie is over there not saying too much. I didn't even realize she was there, to be quite honest with you. Who else? And Quad, my girl Quad, need to show up. She hasn't been showing up this season. So that's pretty much the end of the episode. It wasn't too much an episode, just a little filler, fun episode. Wasn't bad in my opinion. You know, I don't agree with having drama in every episode. I don't feel like, you know, that makes a great television show. This was a little fun, friendly filler episode, and I liked it. So that's my review. If you like this video, comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.